If you live in an owner-occupier property and you are going to turn that property into a future investment property, then this video is for you. So this is your beautiful house on the prairie, and you have two options. You have an option like most idiots do, and they pay that house down as fast as they can. They put it all into their mortgage account, and then one day when they want to move out of it, they're going to be stuck in a trap, which I'll run you through. Or you have the smart option, which smart people do, like me, because I'm a smart guy. And essentially you use a thing called an offset account. And essentially, instead of paying your mortgage down and actually paying it into the loan account, you pay it into your offset account. Now you might be thinking, Jack, what's the difference? I'm glad you asked. So the difference is, if you want to move out of this property and go and buy another owner-occupier property, and you want to turn this property into an investment, what we know about investment debt versus owner-occupier debt is investment debt is tax deductible and owner-occupier debt is not tax deductible. So if we turn our current owner-occupier property into an investment property and we've paid down our debt, what will happen is we will move out of this property into our next home. This is our next house on the prairie. It actually looks worse than the one we just moved out of. And what will happen is we will have to fund the deposit and costs for this property, which means we will have to use equity out of this property. And equity is debt, which means we're going to go borrow 105% on this property. We're going to go borrow the whole purchase price plus the stamp duty, which means we will have this huge owner-occupier non-deductible mortgage, okay? And what we will also have is a low tax-deductible investment mortgage, which is not what we want. We want it to be the opposite. So if we go on this side and we put all the money into the offset account, we do the same thing. We move out into a new house on the prairie and we need the deposit and cost for this property. Instead of having to refinance and pull equity to go fund the deposit, we just use all of this cash sitting in our offset account as the deposit on this property. And then all of a sudden we have this mortgage that instead of being 100%, it might only be 40% because we've used all the cash in here as the deposit and costs on here. And then what's also happened is because we now have no cash in our offset account, look at that, that's a rubber, we now have a big tax deductible mortgage that we can claim all of the interest on. You see? So instead of paying down your mortgage like this and then having a huge non-deductible mortgage when you buy your next home and a very low tax deductible mortgage on this property, you should use an offset account. So when you go buy your next home, you use all the cash from here onto there, and then all of a sudden you have tax deductible mortgages. And that's Jack's hot property tip for the week.